In the span of this small lift on Snowbird's map, I hit a fun groomer called Election. Went into some trees on the left side, I believe they were called Black Forest. Had a lot of fun in these trees, super light, fluffy powder, steep sections, fun other sections. Reached a really cool natural half pipe. Woo! Half pipe continued for a while, side hits galore. Went back into some absolutely beautiful trees. And you can just see by all these openings how many different lines you can take and explore. Then we did a shoot, then this flowy line here where your skis are just bouncing and flowing with the terrain and it's just full packed powder. Then we reached another cool natural half pipe kind of thing, all in the span of this little dot on the map, GAD 2. This just puts in perspective how big Snowbird is and how densely packed its terrain is with unique natural features that is a skier's or snowboarder's paradise. As someone who's never traveled with a snowboard before, this was a very easy trip because you just fly into Salt Lake City, Utah, and then it's a 40-minute drive to Snowbird. Some people even claim this is one of the most accessible ski resorts in the world because of that 40-minute drive. One thing I was a little nervous about was trying the blacks at Snowbird, as I had no experience with chutes, cliff drops, and I had low confidence on steep runs because all of the steep runs I've done in my entire life were based at smaller mountains on the east coast of North America. The first black at Snowbird that I tried was actually a chute, and it turned out to be a lot easier than I personally expected. And I believe my confidence for these runs was based on the conditions here. The snow was light and fluffy, and I could just turn with ease, and if I had to, I also could just do a falling leaf, and I just always had a nice pile of snow to grip on no matter how steep the run was. Despite my confidence being based on the conditions, one of the days we were there, we were with a local, and he said this actually wasn't good conditions for Utah. I don't know how much I can trust this, and I don't know how much I can trust the license plates here that say this is the best snow quality on earth, but what I can say is for the 3 days I spent snowboarding there, I felt it was some insane, immaculate snow quality. But then again, I'm coming from the East Coast, which some people call the ice coast. So this kind of terrain is very upscaled to me. Back to the terrain of Snowbird, despite everywhere being so awesome, there were a few highlight spots and tips I want to give you guys. First off, traversing is your friend. There's so many spots at Snowbird to traverse, and the more you traverse, the more really cool terrain that you can find. Obviously, this is not always the case, but I found it was a great way to explore the mountain, and Snowbird makes a lot of really long traverse paths, so you can do this. I also found Little Cloud was a really good lift. You can traverse across Road to Provo, which has some really cool spots, or you can traverse the opposite direction. I don't really know the name of that trail, but we got really, really far on it to like this pretty scary steep bowl area, and it was really cool. The other nice thing about Little Cloud is it gives you the option to go over to the other side, which is Mineral Basin, and that place is amazing. It's so open and lots of fun, cool terrain to explore. What to pack a Snowbird? First is sunscreen. Even though you have clouds there sometimes, they do not protect you because the elevation is so high that the sun can just go right through the clouds and burn the heck out of you, so make sure you wear a sunscreen. A hydration pack is also very important. With you being at high altitude, you need to make sure you take care of your body. I like this style of Camelback. It really keeps your center of gravity, as you can put things like snacks and stuff in the front, so that helps weigh your front down. And then this back part is not that big and doesn't feel like it's weighing your back down. And I paid separately for this insulated hose, which really helped keep the water from freezing. Packing right to be prepared along with treating my body right is what allowed me to successfully snowboard 3 days in a row at Snowbird. I can't stress enough, the better you take care of yourself, the more fun you're gonna have at the mountain. Before and after each day I stretched, and I also was lucky enough to have a hot tub. Eating right is important too. Make sure you choose the healthiest choice possible. This was my first time flying with a snowboard bag. This Dakine 165 centimeter bag was perfect for fitting my snowboard as well as a ton of other items that I had to bring, including my boots. And I like how all of this material is this nice light reflective thing, and it helps keep everything dry. This little bag was great to keep my boots separate in case there's any dirt. Very padded and protected. Saw the airport workers unloading my bag, and they were really throwing them and stuff. Most importantly though, this bag has wheels, which is super important when you're lugging this around the airport, or if you even have to pay for parking at the airport to leave your car and then proceed to take a shuttle over to the airport. Really useful having wheels because my bag ended up weighing 40 pounds. For American Airlines, it had to be under 50 pounds for it to be only 30 bucks. This was my first time ever checking a bag. I just selected an oversized bag. Felt like a very simple process for my first time ever checking a bag. So I overpaid for this trip. I paid $931 for my flight, Airbnb, and Snowbird tickets. For the flight, what I really should have done is just taken my 750 credit score and just gotten something like the American Airlines Aviator Red card, where you literally just need to spend 100 bucks, then you get a free 60,000 miles. I just didn't know you could do this kind of credit card churning, and it's something I'm gonna do in the future for sure. Graham Stephan made a great video on this, and yeah, credit cards can pay for your flights if you have a good credit score. And for my 3 days at Snowbird, 2 of the days were $357 total, and then the last day was only $25. I got a discounted ticket. It's a really long story, but the fact of the matter is I still could have saved money. I could have bought my tickets in advance. I bought the tickets 1 week in advance, which is not good. I actually planned this entire trip 1 week in advance. Don't do that. Also, had I known someone with an Icon Pass, I could have gotten buddy tickets. And if I knew about this trip at the beginning of the snowboard season, I would have probably just gotten the Icon Pass, and that would have covered the cost of the lift tickets. The Airbnb, I feel like I got a great deal on. 134 bucks total is all I had to pay. I did split it with 3 other friends, but the Airbnb came with everything you needed. It came with a washer and dryer that can save you a lot of room when packing, as you can just rewash your clothes after each day. It came with gigantic hot tub, and like everything in Salt Lake City, it was a 40-minute drive to Snowbird. I did notice that at least the area I stayed in was very strip mall-y. It was not that like cute ski town. I didn't care. The snowboarding was great. That's all I care about, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. For my next trip, let me know if I should do this. I'm thinking about flying into Venice, Italy, which is right on the Mediterranean. You get to experience Venice, Italy, and then you literally just drive like 2 hours north to this place called Cortina d'Ampezzo and all the Dolomites up there, and I can snowboard all around there. So I get to just see so much of Italy all in one snowboard trip. I haven't done too much research on the place. Let me know if I should do that. That should be my next trip. And it's very cheap. That's one thing I will say, is Europe, according to my research, is much cheaper for a ski trip, even though it's so far away from me. Please subscribe. It means everything to me. I appreciate all the advice. Next video, it's gonna be insane. I'm gonna put my all into this, and yeah, thank you.